Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanakari Yamuna Tiravanakari Yamuna Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunjari Kari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Subhadramayi Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Kandar Vikya Giridhari Kandar Vikya Giridhari Gaura Hari Jaya Kandar Vikya Giridhari Kandar Vikya Giridhari Gaura Hari Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jnananjalasalakya Chachurumilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Swapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayan Tadam Visham Padankyam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagargatam Saganalalitam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Saganalita Shri Vishakam Sat He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanusade Devi Pranamami Harishi Panchakalpatrupishya Kripa Sundeva Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasari Gota Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Pankajane Panabhaya Namo Pankajane Maline Namo Pankajane Traya Namaste Pankajangriye Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritam Naram Devam Narasam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tadodayam Udarena Prayaspadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevi Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavatane Shri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Lange Tekriyam Yetkrita Tamakam Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for Nityam Bhagavata Seva. I seek blessing from all the devotees so that I can speak Bhagavatam in Parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. Today we will be reciting first canto, 19th chapter, the appearance of Sukadeva Goswami and sloka number 7. You can follow the sloka. Iti vachitaya sa pandavechaya.
Iti vachidya sa pandaveya.
Prayapavasam prati Vishnu padyam.
Prayopavesham prati Vishnupadyam.
Datano mukundangirim ananya bhavo.
Yadau kundangri ananya bhavo.
Munivartato mukta samrasta sangaha.
Vrato mukta samasta sangaha.
Iti vachitaya sa pandaveyaha.
Iti devachita tityasa pandaveya.
Prayapavasam prati Vishnu padyam.
Prayopavesham prati Vishnupadyam.
Dado mukundangirim ananya bhavo.
Dadho kundangri ananya bhavo.
Munivrato mukta samasta sangaha.
Vrato mukta samasta sangaha.
Iti vachitaya sa pandaveyaha.
Iti vevachitya sa pandaveya.
Prayapavesam prati Vishnu padyam.
Prayopavesham prati Vishnupadyam.
Dadanu mukundangirim ananya bhavo.
Dadho kundangri ananya bhavo.
Munivrato mukta samasta sangaha.
Vrato mukta samasta sangaha.
So, word by word meaning iti.
Iti
Thus,
thus
vichitaha,
vevachitya
having decided,
having decided
saha,
saha
the king,
king
Paddaveyaha, Pandaveyaha,
Pandaveya
worthy descendant of Pandavas,
Pandavas
Raya Upasvasam,
Praya Upasvasam
for fasting till death,
fasting till death
Prayati,
Prayati
towards
towards
Vishnupadayam,
Vishnupadaya
on the bank of Ganga,
the bank of Ganga
emanating from the lotus feet of the Lord Vishnu.
emanating Lord Vishnu
Dadanu
Vedana
gave himself up.
gave himself up
Mukunda Angirim,
Kundangri
onto the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna.
under the lotus of the Lord Krishna
Ananya,
Ananya
without deviation.
Devi
Bhava,
Bhava
spirit.
Spirit
Muni Vartaha,
Munivrata
with the vows of the sage.
the oaths of sage
Mukta, Mukta,
the
liberation from
liberated from
Samasta,
Samasta
all kind of
all kinds of
Sangaha,
Sangha
association.
association.
Translation purport by His Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Thus the king, the worthy descendant of Pandavas, decided once and for all and sat on the Ganges bank of the to fast until death and give himself up to the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna, who alone is able to award liberation. So freeing himself from all kind of association and attachment, he accepts the vow of sages. Purport: the water of the Ganges sanctifies all the three worlds, including the goddess and the demigod. Because it emanates from the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead Vishnu, Lord Krishna is the founded head of the principle of Vishnu Tattva, and therefore shelter of his lotus feet can deliver one from all sins, including an offense committed by the king onto the Brahmanas. Maharaj Parikshit therefore decided to meditate upon the lotus feet of the Lord Sri Krishna, who is Mukunda, or giver of the liberation of all the description. The bank of the Ganga or the Yamuna give one a chance to remember the Lord continuously. Maharaj Parikshit freed himself from all sorts of material association and meditated upon the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna. And that is the way of liberation. To be free from all the material association means to cease completely from committing any further sins. To meditate upon the lotus feet of the Lord means to become free from all effect of all the previous sins. The condition of the material world are so mad that one has to commit sins willingly or unwillingly, and the best example is Maharaj Parikshit himself, who was a recognized sinless, pious king, but he also became a victim of an offense. Even though he was ever unwilling to commit such a mistake, he was cursed also, but because he was a great devotee of the Lord, even such rivers of the life become favorable. the principle is that one should not willingly commit any sin in his life and should constantly remember the lotus feet of the Lord without deviation. Only in such a mood will the Lord help the devotee make regular progress towards the path of liberation and thus attain the lotus feet of the Lord. Even if there are accidental sin committed by the devotee, the Lord saves the surrendered soul from all the sins, as confirmed in all scriptures. Hare Krishna, welcome once again for the Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Today also in a very interesting story, how we have to get liberated. That's a very good point in this sloka. Liberation means what it means by liberation, how we should get liberated. Because knowingly, unknowingly, we going on committing sins. So, and there is a consequence of the law of karma is there. So we will be punished. So we should get away from these punishments and all. And also there's another point is Vishnu Tattva is another point, and also there's another point Prabhupada says in the purport is founded head of principle. So let's understand a little more detail about this slokas. It's one of the very important for practicing devotees. So here Parikshit renouncing the kingdom and preparing himself to quit his body within a week. So he is getting ready because last sloka and a couple of sloka back he got the news of the curse and he started preparation. By fixing his mind on the lotus feet of the Krishna, this is more important. First we have to fix our mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Why did he choose to fix the mind on the lotus feet of Krishna? Because Krishna can award liberation. So that's why Krishna, other name is Mukunda, one can give mukti or liberation. So that's why we should fix the mind on the lotus feet of the Krishna. Even the Lord Shiva admits that no one else can give liberation. So first we have to understand, many people practice many demigods and Shiva, Brahma and so many Ganesha and all. They think that they get mukti. So actually in this sloka it's very clear that mukti can be awarded only by Krishna. So Vishnu or Krishna can give liberation because they are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So only two Supreme Personalities, Vishnu and Krishna only. There's no other person equal or above them. In order to become liberated, one has to free from the material attachment. This is very important. Many of the classes we repeatedly saying that. To climb on the step, first we have to leave the first step, then only we can climb to the next step. Similarly here, to liberate, first we have to detach from the material attachments. The Parikshit prepared himself by giving up all kind of material association and attachment. So he started doing that. Here the Prabhupada explained that what is the relationship between Krishna and Vishnu. It's more important for us to understand that. There are one person called principle of Vishnu Tattva. So Vishnu and Krishna, they are not different, they are one person only. So they are the principle of Vishnu Tattva. We should understand the Supreme Personality Krishna is an unlimited personality. He is not limited to any one form. So we think that okay, one body only. No, it's not limited. He can take any number of forms. His original form is Krishna. So basically he is a Krishna, just like a movie. Suppose you are going for a film star, okay, Krishna, Shivaji or MGR. So what happens is they are basically the one person, but every movie they put different like a villain, some hero or some sage, different role they play. But like that doesn't mean that they are some sages or villain or hero. But basically their original is original. Similarly the Krishna also the original. All other forms are his expansions. He has a countless other forms which are his own personality like Vishnu form in this world. So Vishnu form in this material world it is called Vishnu form, and in a spiritual world it is called as a Narayana, 400 Narayana, and other forms also like Brahma, Balram, Shankashna, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Keshava, Madhava, Govinda. So unlimited forms he has. One should not mistake the form of a living being in the form of Lord. So we should not compare ourselves, okay, Krishna or Lord also same like us only. No. The form of living being never be the form of the Lord. We are different thereafter. The living being is very, very tiny living being. Anu Atma. We are very tiny one. Whereas Krishna is a Vibhu Atma. It's very big. You cannot compare. It is like comparing an atom to a whole universe. It is different like that. The universe is millions and trillions times the size of an atom. So you can't even imagine that size. So the living being never be equal or compared to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This we have to clearly understand. We cannot compare ourselves with the Lord. Krishna, the other purpose says is that Krishna is a fountainhead of principle of Vishnu Tattva. What it means? It means that the sources of all other incarnation are form of Supreme Lord. From Krishna emanates. From the Krishna only all forms are getting emanated. Like Narayana, Shankarshna, Govinda, Mukunda, Madhava. So all comes out from the thing, Balaji. So that basically we should understand. They are not different from the Krishna. So it is also given in Aham Sarvaita Prabhavo Matta. So it is given in the Bhagavad Gita also. All forms are emanate from the Krishna only. The Parishit Maharaj decided to sit on the banks of the Ganga, meditate on the lotus feet of the Krishna to become free from all the previous sins. So he decided what he is supposed to do. How Parishit Maharaj gave up the kingdom, accepting the position like a sage. How is it possible? He is a very big king. Even last class also we are saying. So just we misplace a mobile and we will stop all the activity. We are going on searching for the mobile. So, but a king like a Parishit, he is a emperor of whole universe. When he heard that he is going to die in 7 days, just like that, he washed his hand and start living that entire responsibility. We know that it was a Lord's plan, but Lord chooses one who can execute his plan. So generally, so many lectures from Prabhupada says in the previous chapter also, it is all Lord's plan. Every sloka he was going on underlining it. But who Lord has to choose? The Lord will choose who can execute the work. Not like, okay, roadside some rogue picking and asking to do the service. No. Because the best person, Parishit Maharaj, the most qualified person who can execute Lord's plan. So he started fasting till death. So such a great personality. So that's why he has been chosen. Considering everything belong to us, belong to Lord. So how we can get that quality? It is possible by considering everything belong to Lord and I am just a caretaker of what is given to one by a Lord. So when you start meditating that everything belongs to Krishna and I am just a caretaker only, then when such things comes, you can able to give up and take a shelter of the Lord. This is how we have to practice. As a practitioner, devotee, we should think that everything belongs to we are just a caretaker. Even a wife, children, parents, everybody, we should think that it's all property of Krishna and nothing is belong to me. I'm just taking care. So that when time comes up, the time of death, don't get attached or you don't feel that you are living this mortal world. So this is very good message for the practitioners. So here, after deciding for fast till death, did he Parishit lock himself inside the room? No. Nowadays, if you see the celebrities, whenever they get some deathbed or major disease like cancer or something, then they will not come to the public program and they will hide themselves in a isolated place in a room and secured and there is no talk about them. Why did they do so? Actually, they hide themselves because they don't want that anybody to come to know that they are living this world. So because they are scared, they are so afraid and they don't want to be exposed. So this is the mentality of the human, means all celebrities. But most important person, the most important person not able to respond to the most important part of their life is the death. So this is what we have to understand, that we have to get ready. Our death is a part of our life. So we should be able to face it. What did Parikshit Maharaj did? He didn't hide himself. He gave SrimadBhagavatam. What did Srila Prabhupada did? He also gave he was translating the SrimadBhagavatam till his last death. So this is what the great people do. We have to imbibe the qualities of these great people. So we have to, what we are supposed to do is clearly given in this sloka. Parikshit gave that all his material attachment, including the king's cloth. So generally, I have seen that some people know when they're about to leave or after they leave, no, they wear all the silky cloth or wedding dress. So so much attached to the cloth also. But what Parikshit Maharaj said, when he heard that he is going to die, he gave up all the kingly cloth and wear a mendicant and walked towards the Ganges and didn't care about anything. He took the shelter of the three things. Here is very important. What are the three things we are supposed to take shelter? The holy, what Parikshit did is, he took the shelter of the Ganges. He took the shelter of the SrimadBhagavatam. And he took the shelter of the association of the sages. So this is what the Parikshit Maharaj is teaching us, that what we are supposed to take shelter. The Parikshit Maharaj is meditating upon the lotus feet of Krishna. That is the way of liberation. So here Prabhupada says that Parikshit Maharaj has taken the shelter of lotus feet of Krishna. So that is called mukti or liberation. But the Kali Yuga people, when you ask that what is liberation, they say that I should be free from whatever I am doing. I can decide what I want to do, anything and everything, anytime. So this is, they see that the freedom means they can do whatever they wanted it. In animal kingdom also, they can do anything, everything, anytime. Is it that animal kingdom is called the liberation? This is what the Kali Yuga people are thinking. They are always, what animals are thinking, they are always anxiety. Someone will come and grab them, they'll catch hold of them, they'll take away their food, they'll take away their wife, they'll take away their babies. This is why the animals are so fearful. Even though they think, people they describe that they can do anything they like, but this is not a freedom at all. That type of freedom is called slave to senses. This is where underlined. We have to understand that what is the Kali Yuga people thinking is a freedom is like anything, anytime, anywhere is called freedom to slave the senses, because they don't have control on their mind. People calling it as a liberation. This is a degradation of society. So when society degraded, this is what they're thinking: equal rights, liberation, freedom, anything they want, they can do what they want, thinking in their mind. So this is all nothing but a slave to the senses. Krishna conscious, we are not seen deeper. We see it a very, very superficial level. Krishna conscious doesn't rely on external. So what do you mean by that? Krishna conscious not depending on the external. The proof is that thousands of years ago, Priyavrata Maharaj, Brahma asked him to take up the kingdom and rule the kingdom. It is just exactly opposite of what Parikshit Maharaj is doing. In here, Parikshit Maharaj renounced his kingdom life and become mendicant and perfected his life. Whereas Priyavrata Maharaj was a mendicant, the sage, and he gave, as per the Krishna's will, he took up a kingdom and perfected his life. So, whatever situation or status of our thing, we have to perfect our life, whether we are a devotee or we are the center head or we are the king of the prime minister of this kingdom or the roadside beggar. But still, we have to play a role of the perfecting our life is more important. Parikshit renounced the here Bhakti. Another example is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. he said that Krishna conscious is a true freedom. When Srila Prabhupada met him, that time the British were ruling our country. Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he is asking the Srila Prabhupada, please preach Krishna conscious. But Prabhupada was saying that no, when British are ruling, how is it possible? People were thinking about the freedom, not how they will listen to Krishna conscious. He said that Krishna conscious is a true freedom. Government today, the government will go, British will go, Indian will come. So government will come and go, but still you are the slave of the senses. There is nothing you can do about it. Give up the senses, experience the pleasure of Krishna. So this is what the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati explained to Srila Prabhupada and defeated his argument. It's a great, powerful message for practitioners. It's very important. Krishna conscious took the route in New York. So first Prabhupada tried to establish Krishna conscious in Jhansi. It was very favorable. People are very pious, but he couldn't do anything. He started his struggle. Finally, as per his Guru Maharaj words, he started traveling to abroad, foreign countries and start preaching. So he went to the New York and started Krishna conscious. So Krishna conscious root is in New York, which is the capital of Maya. Every rule is broken there. Srila Prabhupada put a foundation there. External thing doesn't matter for Krishna conscious. This is what the we have to understand that whatever situation we can preach Krishna conscious. The external, whether it's a slum or it is drug rate, people still know if Krishna conscious can be preached. Coming to the next point. Another example, Nachiketu. Nachiketu, he asked Yamaraj that how to perfect this life after the death. So he is asking that question, then Yamaraja says that you follow the Sriya and not Priya. What do you mean by Sriya? Sriya means ultimate goal, good. Priyas means easy and pleasurable. In Kali Yuga, everybody wants easy and pleasurable. So if you ask them to chant 16 rounds, they will blink their eyes. How can I chant 16 rounds? If you ask, okay, you chant at least one round, they say, oh, it's very difficult. They say at least one time, no, I don't have time. Many of the students, I saw that they are coming to the temple to have darshan of the Lord. When we requested them, why don't you chant one mala? They say, no, we don't have time. We have to rush up to the college. So people are they want easy and pleasurables. They want to go with their girlfriend or boyfriend just to spend time. Instead of park, police will catch them. Instead of that, they will choose a place where the temple, so that nobody will object them. So this is what that pleasurable they get it. They want to spend time together, isolated, privacy is there. So easy. This is called priyas. So Yamaraj says that not to follow priyas. He's underlining that take sriyas. Sriyas means ultimate good. What is ultimate good? The ultimate good is that follow the path of regulation. So we have to, the boy and girl should be away from each other, and boy should practice the devotional in the Gurukula, and the girl should take shelter of their parents and practice bhakti. So this is the rules and regulation, a path of rules and regulation to be followed. When you are looking for a freedom, you are actually slave of your mind. So that we have to understand. People say that Western world and now India also says that we want freedom. They don't know what is the meaning of freedom. Freedom means you are actually slaving yourself. Okay, your mind is started dictating you. Do this, do that. But actual freedom is you should take control of the mind. You should tell the mind that shut up. Don't teach me anything. So this is the real liberation. So today Bhagavad also, Sloka also, it talks about liberation. That's why we are underlining it. repeatedly highlighting that what do you mean by. So we have to understand the meaning of the real liberation. So the purpose says that the more we incline towards sense gratification, more chances of committing sins. So many people, outside people, they are preaching about liberation, but it's a very complicated theory because they don't know the meaning. So they hook up their own story and giving an explanation for what is mean by liberation. But Srila Prabhupada, very simple way for a common person to can understand that. The liberation means the more the more we commit sins, more we suffer. So simple. He has explained. So we have to control the senses. The more we entangle in the material attachment, sense enjoyment, you are entangled to the law of karma. So it is like Indian government, they put a law. We should not kill animals. The celebrities, they will, because they have money, so fame, so they go for hunting in the forest. So, but forest department, they will not spare. They will put them under jail and punish them. So this is what the law of karma. So we have to understand, the more we entangle in material activities, so okay, the sense enjoyment, because they take pleasure by hunting the animals. So what happened? Law of karma is acting on them. So Prabhupada was given a solution. What is the solution for this problem? Is like people like to take milk food, related food, like peda, so many food made out of, sweets made out of milk. But when someone eats too much of it, then they will get the dysentery or false stomach upset. The only solution for that time is they have to take buttermilk, curd, and black pepper. So this is the will solve the problem. Actually, the curd also come from the same milk. Similarly, whatever material activity for the sense gratification, we have to ductile into those activity towards Krishna. This is called path of perfection. We are not telling not to do anything. Go to the Himalayas and pray or meditate, nothing like that. You can do your routine job. Only thing is it should be ductile towards Krishna. Example is cooking. Every day you are cooking for your stomach. There is no difference. But only thing, when you cook for the prasad, bhoga, just offer to Krishna and take. You are the same. There is no difference. When you cook for your stomach and when you cook for Krishna, the same ingredient you are using. So this is what Prabhupada says there. Even he was compared. Another example is in a temple, the skyscraper building next to the temple. He is showing to the devotee. This temple also made out of the same stone, cement, mud, everything. That skyscraper building also made out of the same stone, bricks, cement. Okay, there is absolutely no difference between the temple and the skyscraper building. The only there also they have the dancing floor, and here also we have a dancing floor. The people, they spend a lot of money, go to the dancing floor, and they'll dance. Okay, you may be that is called paving the path of to hell. So that means paving path of hell. That means you are digging yourself to the hell when you dance in the skyscraper building hall, dancing floor. But when it's the same dance, when you come to the temple and dance in front of Lord, it is the path of liberation. So as a practitioner, we should understand the difference between where we have to do our seva. So how we can make our sense enjoyment in the service of the Lord. So that we have to understand. Rather than serving our own senses, serve for the Krishna. We have to understand. If you give pleasure to the sense, of Krishna, all your senses will be nourished, satisfied, and you will be happy. How is it possible? So it is like when you pour the water to the root of the tree, the whole tree is getting nourished. Similarly, when you eat the prasadam, the whole body is getting nourished. Same way, when you start serving the Krishna, your senses also get nourished. So this age, it is not possible. It's very difficult, not easy. It is impossible to follow the footstep of Parikshit Maharaj. Is it impossible? No, it is very much possible. That is our A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada very simply is mapped there. What did Parikshit Maharaj did to control the sense gratification and get liberated and keep the lotus feet of the Krishna? How is it? How he did it? He did it. Meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna. Same we also can do. What all he did it? He just took the shelter of river Ganges. We are also in the temple every day. Guru Puja they give the Charnamrita. The Charnamrita is the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna's water. Same way Ganga also came from the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna. So it is equal. So every day we are taking the Charnamrita. Second thing, he was taking association of the sages. Here also in the temple, Prabhupada made arrangement that all the devotees are assembled, great personalities, Maharajas, and we can take the association of the great personality. Similarly, the third one, he took the shelter of the SrimadBhagavatam. In the temple also, Prabhupada made a system that morning there will be SrimadBhagavatam classes has been recited. So we can also take the shelter of the SrimadBhagavatam. In this way, we can completely satisfy the senses and keep our mind in the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna and get liberated from this. This is a perfect liberation, mukti. There is no other mukti, no other mukti, no other mukti. Hare Krishna, confess SrimadBhagavatam ki. Thank you. Any questions, any doubts? Hope this is very interesting.